Hi guys, welcome to another pickups video. For those of you that saw my last video will probably recall me saying that I wasn't going to do any in front of the camera pickup videos. But after the positive response that I had, I realised at the end of the day, I make these videos for you guys to watch. So if that's what people prefer, then I'm willing to let it run for a little bit, see how it goes. Of course, there'll probably be days where I won't feel like being in front of the camera, but while I can, I may as well. What the hell. Anyway, on with the pickups, guys. Managed to pick up some great stuff these last few weeks. I've been really hunting down gems, games on my lists, just games that I've always wanted to get, just cutting out the flab, quite frankly, just getting rid of all that filler, and I've managed to do alright, because obviously you've got to, you can't just rush into buying the games you want. You've got to make sure that you get good deals. You've got to try not to overpay for games. It's hit and miss sometimes. Sometimes you have to bite the bullet. You have to pay a lot of money for a certain game. You're just not going to get it for a cheap price. Sometimes. Other times you're just patient. You'll get lucky. But enough waffling. I'll just get on with it. First pickup I got. Now this is not a game pickup. This is a pickup that was actually inspired by another video that I watched by a guy who goes by the name of Pumpy Games Room. Awesome YouTuber, by the way, guys. He recently picked this up and he did an in-depth look at this particular item. It's a reference item for those that collect for Sega systems, and it is the Mean Machines, the Sega Guide. What this is, guys, it's basically a collection of reviews that covers the Mega Drive, the Master System, Game Gear, and the Mega CD. And it's a great item to have, guys, if you want to sort of know what the reviews were saying about games at the time. I'm not going to go too much into this because Pumpy Games Room already did a great in-depth look at this book. So I will leave a link in the description below to that video. So if you want to find out more about this book, just check out his video, guys. But yeah, this was 99p. Definitely worth seeking out, guys, if you can get it for cheap. Okay, now on with the games. First game I picked up here. Now this was not one that I actually was planning to get. I just sort of walked into Cash Converters one day and I saw a load of Master System games. Now I would have picked them all up, but unfortunately most of them were in really shitty condition, so I just decided to leave them. But there was one game that I had in mind that caught my eye, and fortunately enough it was actually the one that was in the best condition, and the game is Rampage. Reason why I want this game was because this was actually the first the first Sega Master System game that I ever played. I remember a friend of mine had a Master System 2. This was the one that had Alex Kidd built in, and this was one of the games he had. And I remember playing this and quite enjoying it. I'd never played Rampage before. I know it's on various other systems, but this was the first time I played it, and I had a lot of fun with this game. So just on that nostalgic factor alone, I had to pick this up, and it was £2, and it's fully complete. The only issue with it is that the cartridge has a little bit of wear, but other than that, it's in very nice nick. So very happy with that. Next game I got here, and this is an eBay purchase. It's a Mega Drive title. Again, it wasn't one on my list. It was just I saw a video by another YouTuber who goes by the name of Consoletronics. He did a gameplay of this, and it just looked like a fun game. It's a sort of 2D side-scrolling beat 'em up made by Data East, and that is two crude dudes. Yeah, it's a fun game. I believe it's a 1 or 2 player game. Just looked like a lot of fun, and it is. It's a fun sort of arcadey title. I believe I got this for about $12.99. So I'm happy. It was a great game, great one to add to the collection. Now, next game I got, this one is a current gen title. A bit of a controversial one, this, because it was actually one game that, I'll just show you the game first and then we'll talk about it. The game is Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Now, for those that have seen my previous videos know that I'm big into 2D fighters, and I'm big into Capcom. So when the original Marvel vs. Capcom came out, I had pre-ordered it, and you know, I got it and was very happy. It was a great game. But then, like, less than a year later, they went and released this version, which basically has more characters. I think they rebalanced some of the other characters as well. And I was really annoyed because I felt like I'd been penalised. You know, I bought the game on day one, and they went out and released a better version of the game less than 6 months later. That really pissed me off. So I didn't buy this game from the off. I held out. I did get it brand new. It was brand new and sealed. I got it for £24 on eBay, and it's an awesome game. It's fantastic. Very different though to the previous Marvel vs. Capcom games. This one's definitely moves at a much quicker pace. You definitely have to think on your feet. Much more combo heavy than the earlier titles. You know, I don't think it's as good as Marvel vs. Capcom 2, but it's still a fantastic game. And I love the new character additions as well. But yeah, you know, I mean, I love Capcom. I've followed Capcom since I was a little kid. But quite frankly, you know, after this, you know, I won't be buying Capcom fighters on day one. You know, they've lost me in terms of a day one consumer. I won't be buying their games on release dates. You know, as much as I love their games, you know, that kind of business practice is not for me. So it's a shame really, but you know what? I get them anyway, so I'm happy. It's a great game, and definitely worth adding to the collection. Next game I've got here, and this is a DS game. Again, it wasn't one on my list, but it's a shoot 'em up, and you know, if you find shoot 'em ups in a while, guys, you've just got to pick them up, especially if they're cheap. And I don't believe I have one on the DS either. That game is Nano Stray. Picked it up for £4. Really great game, guys. You know, it's a vertical shooter. £4. I'm not going to pass that up. So yeah, happy with that one. The next one I've got here, this is a Game Boy Color game. This is one I've wanted for a long time, but I've just always put it to the side. Never really gone out of my way to get it. Generally goes for a lot of money as well. But I managed to win this game on auction. I got it for £21, and that game is Metal Gear Solid. Now, it's in very good condition. It's complete. It's got the manual, everything. The only thing it is missing though is the cardboard insert. I knew that going in. I knew that before I bid. Yeah, it's a shame really. But if any of you guys have a spare cardboard insert for the Game Boy, please get in touch with me, guys, because maybe we can work something out. Because I would really like to make this fully complete. So in any case, it's a great game. It plays pretty much like the early Metal Gear games on the NES, and if you're a Metal Gear fan, it's definitely worth adding to the collection because it's fantastic. So yeah, very happy with this one. Next set of games here are PlayStation 2 games. I split them off into two piles. The ones that I bought on eBay and the ones that I got on at CEX. The eBay ones, these generally games that I just can't find in the wild. Games that have generally held their prices. eBay, I try not to buy PlayStation 2 games because they generally are overpriced for the most part. And most of the games you can find in the wild cheaper anyway. But sometimes, you know, there are just games I just never come across. So if I can get good bargains on eBay, then I'll opt for that instead. The first game I've got here, this is definitely one I've wanted for a long time, and that is Dark Watch. This is like a first-person shooter. You sort of play as a vampire gunslinger. Looks like a really good game, and this is definitely one that's held its value. Generally hovers around the £10 mark, but I managed to get this one for a £5 all in, so really happy with this one. Now this one, some might argue that they've been able to find this in the wild quite a lot, but in my neck of the woods, I've never found it, and it's one I've always wanted to try out, and that is the Sega Classics Collection. This was £1 plus I think £1.20 postage. What this is, it's basically like a remixed, redone, remastered version of classic Mega Drive games. Just the old games but with nicer graphics. And the games are Columns, Outrun, Golden Axe, Virtual Racing, Monaco GP, Fantasy Zone, Bonanza Brothers, and Space Harrier. You know, if I'm a fan of Sega games, so you know, I had to get this. Just interested to see what they've done with them, with these old games, and yeah, looks fun, and for that price, definitely worth getting. Next one up, this is a quirky little game from Capcom. Generally, if I see Capcom games, I always pick them up, and this has been on my radar for a while. But again, this is one of those games that's been hovering around the £10 mark. But I managed to get this one for a £5 again, and that game is Gregory Horoshow. Hard to describe this game, but if I was to sort of describe it, it's sort of like old school Resident Evil, kind of, with cartoony graphics. It's not really a survival horror game. You basically sort of play this guy where you have to sort of walk around this sort of creepy old hotel, and you have to collect souls. That's all I can really give you, but it's a fun game though, and definitely worth adding to the collection. Next one up, this is a game that has been very high on my list to get on the PS2, but again, it always hovers around the £10 mark. Rarely ever see it for cheap, and the game is War of the Monsters. Again, I managed to get this game for £5 all in. Really happy with this one. It's basically a monster fighting game. You play as a giant monster. You sort of fight in the city, destroy the buildings, you eat the people. It's that kind of game. Really, really good, and I'm glad to add this one. And the next one here, this is an Amazon purchase, just another 2D fighter to add to the collection, and that is Guilty Gear Accent Core Plus. It's brand new and sealed. Got this for £5. You know, brand new and sealed for £5. I'm not going to turn that down, and you know, it's Guilty Gear. It's a great 2D fighter, so you know you're going to get a good game. So yeah, really happy with this one. Okay, the next set of PS2 games, these are all CEX purchases. I've got to admit though, I actually managed to get a really good selection of games here, which is rare because my CEX is shit. I mean, every now and again I end up getting a really good game, but for the most part, you know, it's always dry. It's always just nothing but crap. But yeah, I got lucky and I got some great titles here. First one up is Ghost Hunter. Got it for £1. I remember this game when it came out. It's actually got a lot of praise, a lot of good reviews. It's like a survival horror style game, so you know, I'm definitely looking forward to giving that a try because I love my survival horror games. Next game I got here, again, this is another one that was on my list, and the game is Freedom Fighters. Heard a lot of good things about this game, and I got it for £2. So it's like a third-person action game. So yes, I look forward to giving this one a try. This one I was really chuffed to get because I actually have the sequel to this game, and I was planning on getting this one on eBay because I could just never find it in the wild, and then all of a sudden I find it in the wild. That game is Obscure. This is a survival horror game. It's set in a high school. I got it for £3, as you can see here, and so I'm really happy to get this because now that I've got the second one, I can finally complete the series. And finally, this is a game that was not on my list, but this is actually a very obscure game. So very happy to get it at this price. You can get it on eBay, but the game generally goes for around the sort of £7 to £10 mark. And that game is Samurai Jack and the Shadow of Aku. And as you can see, I got it for £1.50. It's a third-person action game made by Sega. Yeah, really happy to find this, especially at that price. I'm not going to turn it down. And finally, guys, I got a selection of PlayStation games. Now, with PlayStation, I've really been sort of on the hunt for the real quality titles. Just the gems that have been on my list. And I've managed to get some good deals. So let me just bring those over. Now, the first game here, this is not one of the gems. This is just a game that I was really interested in getting, mainly because I am a fan of the license that this game is based on. And the game is Batman of the Future, Return of the Joker. This game, now I've heard a lot of bad things about this game. It's a scrolling beat 'em up, but I was willing to give it a try. I'm a big fan of Batman of the Future. I actually have the entire run on DVD, including the animated movie in which this game is based on. So I wanted to give it a try, you know, because sometimes you just can't trust reviews. But unfortunately, this game plays like a dog. Yeah, it's not very good. It's the hit detection is all over the place, and the character moves. You know, it's all sluggish. It's really crap. But it was £1 plus another £1 postage, so you know I'm not going to complain. Now, moving on, these games are all quality titles in my opinion. All games on my list, all games that I wanted to get. First one here. This is actually a game that initially was not on my list, not because it was a bad game or anything, but simply because I'd forgotten all about it. I just overlooked it. And I was reminded by another YouTuber who recently picked this game up, and his name is Mr. Netbreaker. He also went and did a gameplay footage of this game. And it just brought back the memories. I used to actually play this game a lot back in the day. I used to rent it out a lot. Really enjoyed this game. And the game is Ray Tracers. This is very much a sort of arcadey Chase HQ style game where you sort of race through the level, you smash cars out of the way, you know, to get through, to get to each checkpoint. And then at the end of the level, you sort of come up against the boss and you have to sort of run him down. Really fun game. Great sort of anime stylings to it. It's a fun arcadey title. Well worth hunting down, guys, if you pick up for the PlayStation. And it's not expensive either. I got this game for about £3 all in. So really happy with this one. Next game here, this is definitely one that I've wanted for a while, but again, I just sort of always put it to the side. But it's a really great game. I remember playing the demo of this game back in the day. It's the great sort of 2.5D platform game, and that is Pandemonium. Yeah, really happy with this one. Got it for £5. So yeah, great game. Definitely worth adding to the collection. Next one I've got here, this is a survival horror game, very much like old school Resident Evil, and it's based on a series that in this country I don't believe we got the first in this game. This is the sequel, and the game is Parasite Eve 2. The third game is out on the PSP. Really fun game actually, plays pretty much like a clone of the old school Resident Evil games. But it's a lot of fun. It's a shame we didn't get the first game in this series over here in Europe, but definitely worth adding to the collection nonetheless. Now, this next one I was really chuffed to get because it generally hovers around the £15 to £20 mark, and it's usually never complete. It's always missing something, and I know this game isn't the best in this series, but I'm a big fan of this series, and as a completionist, I definitely wanted to add it. And the game is Contra Legacy of War. And as you can see here, this is a 3D title that comes with 3D glasses, and this copy actually does have the 3D glasses as well. Now, think about that when I tell you this game, it generally goes for around £15 to £20 mark, and it's always missing the glasses. This is fully complete and in very nice condition, and I won this on auction for £5. Very, very lucky. I was so happy. I could not believe it. I was actually expecting to get outbid on this game, because for a moment there it looked like I was going to get caught in a bidding war, and I just decided not to bid any further. So I didn't want to pay that kind of money for this game. And so when I went and checked back on my eBay, I realized I'd won this game. I was so happy because, you know, for £5, that's a result. So yeah, really happy with this one. Yeah, it's not the best game in the series, but you know, it's worth adding for sure. Last two games here. Now this one again wasn't a game initially on my list. I'd actually completely forgotten about this game, but I saw that Mr. Netbreaker had picked this one up, and it looked like a great game. It's a 2D platform game, really great graphics. Love the art style on this game, but unfortunately this game sort of goes for around £30 to £40. So it was a bit, I don't know, should I get it or not, but it's definitely a really good game. But I actually got a really good deal on this one, and the game is Lomax. Really great sort of spin-off of the Lemmings series. Great artwork on this game, great 2D sprites. Yeah, I ended up getting this game for £17.99 plus £2 postage, so, you know, 20 quid. And when you consider this game goes for £30 to £40, I thought that was a great deal. I mean, there's a few scratches on the disc, but it plays great. It's fully complete. You know, there's a little crack here, but that's all really. So yeah, really happy to add this one to the collection, because I know it goes for a lot, and generally it doesn't pop up on eBay that often either. So very happy with this one. And finally, guys, this is a title that I have been after for a while, but I generally just sort of put it to the side. And to be fair, I wish I'd gotten it earlier, because it seems to have gone up in price, and ridiculously, I don't know why. Generally this game used to hover around the £30 to £35 mark. And I did bid on this game, but I ended up going a little bit over than what I wanted to pay for it. The game is Klonoa, Daughter Phantom Isle. This is a 2.5D game. Very high on my list to get, because I have the sequel on the ps2 and I love that game. I used to play the demo of this back in the day, but just missed out on this one. Ended up getting it for £40. Pricey, yes, but when you consider that the buy it nows for this game are £60 and over, which is bloody ridiculous. I don't know where they got that price from, but you know, 40 quid, I may as well, you know, a little bit over the odds, but still, just worth adding to the collection. So that's it, guys. That is the end of my pickups video, and the first pickups video with me on camera. We'll see, guys. We'll see if I'll continue this trend. It really will just depend on how I'm feeling, but if you guys do seem to connect more with this style of video, then I will continue to do this type of video. I mean, I was always planning on doing in front of the camera stuff with regards to other content, but just not on pickup videos. But if pickup videos as well, if that's what people want to see, then fine, I'm all for it as well. But yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up, guys, and if you've got something to say, please leave it in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts as well. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys. Cheers.